What's up, guys? It's Weedle with Weedle's Warehouse coming at you with my first YouTube video ever. I finally took the challenge up set forth by Professor Oak. Shout out Professor Oak with his YouTube channel and Discord. And finally decided to just go for it, make a YouTube video, and kind of throw some ideas out there of things that I have going on personally for my side of the hobby. So today we're going to take a look at all of the cards that I submitted to CGC over the course of 2022. We're going to take each submission, plot it on a Google Excel spreadsheet, and just take a look at the data and get you a better feeling of what you can expect if you were to send trading cards into CGC. So what I've done is gone on to CGC website and look at my submissions, scrolled all the way down and just downloaded the CSV file for each submission, and I have plotted them all to one Google Excel spreadsheet, which I have here. So as you can see, the dates of submission are on the left column. We've got May 25th of 22 being the first date. Goes all the way down to November 2nd of 22, which is the last date that I submitted. There's a grand total of 1,570 Pokemon cards submitted for 2022. And of that 1,570, what I got were 123 perfect 10s, 476 pristine 10s, 717 gem mint 9.5s, 187 mint 9s, 52 near mint 8.5, and 13 near mint 8. Anything that got an 8 or below, I put in this column, so grand total of 13 there. As far as percentages go, I've got a pie chart showing the different percentages. So with a total of 1,570 cards, we have a perfect 10 percentage, 7.8. For pristine 10s, we've got 30.4% of cards submitted that hit pristine 10. 45.7% hit gem mint 9.5, 11.9 hit the mint 9, and the doo-doo cards accounted for 4.1% of the 1,570. So just looking at this data, it's seeming to me like grading is, I don't know, a little bit easier in this sense. And I can tell you one reason why that might be. It's because all of these cards that I submitted were primarily modern Japanese cards. So minty modern Japanese cards that I was either adding to my collection, if it was one card in particular, or I was looking to flip in order to fund my collection. So if we go back to the Google Excel spreadsheet, we can take a look at the totals here. And at the bottom, I've got tabs for each submission, each card that was submitted, the grade it got, and all that jazz. Some notables as I'm looking over these submissions here are the submission for May 31st, 2022, where I submitted a total of 51 cards. And out of that 51, I got 17 perfect 10s, 17 pristine 10s, 17 gem mint 9.5s. Just 17s across the board. Interesting. The following submission on June 3rd, I submitted a total of 58. I got 16 perfect 10s, I got 25 pristine 10s, 19 gem mint 9.5s, and none that fell within the category of mint 9 or lower. So just taking a look at that data, I'm thinking to myself now, how did 31 cards hit a pristine 10 but not one of them hit a perfect 10? I'm not sure if any of you guys have got a submission like this. Let's take a closer look at this one. So this is from June 8th. All right, so June 8th, this is when I was submitting lots of VMAX. Climax, it had just come out, I guess it was 6 months prior, but there was a lot of it readily available. There had been a couple reprints at this point, so I was picking up a lot of those Eevee Evolutions for $3 to $4 each, and just taking the mintiest of the mint and submitting in a group of 4 variations. So with this submission, I submitted 4 variations. I've got Eevee, Flareon, Vaporeon, and Jolteon. So a total of anywhere from 10 to 15 cards submitted for each of those. As you can see with this column, all of the grades that I received, primarily 9.5s, which is Gem Mint, and pristine 10s, but not one perfect 10. Now that one had me scratching my head, like out of all of the pristine 10s from this submission, surely there's one perfect 10 in there. Now that just goes and speaks volumes to the level of bias that a grader may have. I don't know if he's having a bad day. He just had a bad lunch break, and you know how that goes, leading into his grading abilities or the choices of his grades. It's something that we all kind of wonder in the back of our minds when we submit and we get a submission like this come back. But just going back to the data, we're going to take a look at a couple more that just stood out as outliers. So if we go down to the submissions that none of which received perfect 10s, one stands out to me because out of this submission, I submitted a total of 129 cards and 0 got a perfect 10. Now, that kind of throws me off because before I submitted 150 cards and I got 21 perfect 10s. This time I submitted 129 and got 0. What the heck? So if I take a look further into this submission, I've got 56 pristine 10s, 56 Gem Mint 9.5. It kind of looks like the graders were saying, okay, yep, here's a couple 10s. It's modern Japanese. Here's a couple 9.5s. No, we're not going to give them any perfect 10s. All right, ship it out. See ya. I don't know how else it could go at the grading HQ other than that. No explanations as to why there was no perfect 10s for this submission. That was from August 26th. So if we take a look at the cards submitted for that day, this is going to be a lot of VMAX Climax. Then there was some Pokemon Go. That's mainly the bulk of the submission. So VMAX Climax, we've got the, let's see, Pikachu VMAX. Oh, I only hit one perfect 10 of those ever. So maybe it does have to do with the actual card and what you're submitting. I don't know if you guys have some further insight as to what potentially leads to perfect 10s. Holler at me. Leave it in the comments, whatever you want. But yeah, so this is just a good way to look over your previous year's submissions and kind of get a better understanding of what kind of grades you're getting back with each submission, and just keep up with the trends of how frequently they're giving out perfect 10s. If you keep a consistent basis of, like, say mine was modern Japanese, then we can just keep a consistent standard in your mind going forward. You just kind of know that baseline level of where you're at and what you can expect. Now there's a couple here where I think the highest grade that I got was a Gem Mint 9.5. Yeah, so here we go. On August 31st, the highest grade that I got was Gem Mint 9.5. But that was only a total of 3 cards graded. Now here we go. Total of 41 cards submitted on October 6th. The highest grade that I got was a Mint 9. I did not get one Gem Mint 9.5. You're probably looking at that saying, if this is modern Japanese that's pack fresh, surely you've got to have a Gem Mint 9.5 in there. Well, thing is, this was not modern Japanese. This was English. So this is what you can expect if you're submitting to CGC right now and you're primarily submitting English cards. They are very, very harsh on English cards. I have not had any submissions where I submitted English cards and had a lot of luck with a high prevalence of pristine 10s or, of course, no perfect 10s. But if you have, let me know. That's just been my experience. The highest grade that I got was a Mint 9. And let's take a look at which English cards I submitted for this submission. This was on October 10th, so no, I'm sorry, October 6th. So this tab right here. This was the Black Star promos from Pokemon Go, the Bulbasaur, Squirtle, Charmander. Now these were really, really minty cards. I got these from the collection boxes from my distributor, broke down a lot of them and just sold the packs individually from Pokemon Go, and took the minty promos that I thought could potentially hit a 9.5 or a 10, and I just sent it off to CGC. And I thought they would end up doing a lot better based off of the grades that I got back from the modern Japanese submissions, but they did not get any better. And yeah, this is kind of what you can expect if you were to submit English cards. So just wanted to give you guys a little insight as to some of the things that I've been going over, looking back on the year of 2022, and the cards that I submitted. Just kind of trying to just see how this information might better my choices for next year. I know now that PSA is grading a lot more. Their turnaround time's a lot quicker. A lot more PSA cards are hitting the market. So it seems to me that a lot of people are preferring the PSA 10 over the CGC 10. So if there's two cards on the market, one's a PSA 10 and one's a CGC 10, they're obviously going to be paying more for a PSA 10. And from what I have experienced in the past couple weeks, past couple months, actually, ever since around November of 21, the CGC 10s are just not carrying the premium that they were from June of 2022 up through around October of 2022. They're carrying a big premium around them, the pristine 10s along with the perfect 10s, but it seems like the liquidity and the profit margin for CGC cards in general has just come to a screeching halt. That's at least what I've noticed with sales in my eBay. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to put out there today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you like this type of content, be sure to click the like button. Make sure to subscribe. Look forward to hanging out with a lot of other of you guys that are in the hobby, that are in the Discords that I'm in. Shout out to all the people that I communicate with on a daily basis and hang out with their the YouTube lives. It's been a heck of a lot of fun with you guys. Looking forward to seeing a lot of you guys at Collecticon Orlando, as I'll be there vending booth number 27 with a few other of the big guys in the Discord channel. So yeah, I'll see you guys there, and thank you so much for tuning in. Peace.